Maybe the reason your chord change from G major to D major is slow, awkward, fiddly, and downright sloppy is because you're playing the G major chord wrong. Now, with this version of the G major chord, using your third, second, and first fingers, people often say, hey, listen, lead with your second finger. And so you've got to lift that second finger and go across to the part of the D chord there, which is that. And then you've got to put those fingers down, the first and second. And then when you're going back, you've got to go from here to there, on the third fret of the high E, and then move the first finger and third finger into position. But for me, that's fiddly. But then there's the four finger version of the G major chord. And people often say, use a third finger as an anchor. And as much as I love a great anchor, it still gets a bit fiddly. So you're lifting up and then these fingers are all over the place and then you're trying to put down. And then on the way back, you're lifting up there and then it's fiddly, right? All these fingers going all over the place can drive you a little bit insane and make that change awkward, sloppy, and just difficult. So what I want to suggest for you, and I want you to really try this, I want you to play the G chord this way. Like this, you can see the diagram there. We're using the fourth, third, and second fingers. And maybe this is how you have learnt it, but you still find G to D major a tricky change. But stay with me with this, okay? Just stay with me for a moment. So what I want to show you is it's like a hack or some sort of trick or anything like that. It's basically what I do. And I think the key is here. It's these two fingers. And not only that, it's also about economy of movement. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about, right? So the key is to keep these two fingers together. Let's say we're on the G chord, as you glide across the strings to the D chord. So watch this, look, I'm going to lift them up, I'm going to take off that fourth finger, I'm going to glide across to the first and second strings, the high E and the B string, and then I'm going to put the first finger down. Now, the two fingers are in the same position, obviously. Well, not obviously, but obviously on different strings. But you're keeping the shape the same. And so if you're going back, you're going to lift off that first finger, lift them up a little bit, glide across, keeping them together, put them down, stick the fourth finger on. And now you only have one finger to deal with. Okay, so if I'm going from G to D, I will lift up, move across, and it's the first finger coming down. If I'm going from D to G, I'm going to lift that finger off. I'm going to lift these two up, move across, glide across, and put that fourth finger down. There's no kind of faffing around with lots of fingers going everywhere, all over the place. All right. So let me just show you again, all right, how this works. So there's the G. I'm just going to show the two fingers. Right, well, here they are on the low E and the A string. We're going to lift up, glide across to the first and second strings and put them down. All right, and then we do that. And I think what's really common with our basic major and minor chords is that the two fingers seem to be together. So if you're on the G or D, then if you do something like A minor, they're together. Or if you do E minor or E major, you see they're together, and even the C major chord. Now, if you're getting value out of this tutorial, then why not hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. Let's try it with the complete chords, just going from G to D major, okay? Back and forth between the two chords. Now keep it slow, keep it steady. It's not a race. We can just play one strum a bar. We're aiming for improvement and smoothness. It's not about speed. And to be honest, it doesn't matter really if you're playing in time. It's all about the glide. All right, here we go. So here's G. Now let's lift up, slide across, put the first finger down. There's D. Now let's lift up, glide across, there's G, and again lift up, glide across, put the first finger down, there's D. Now let's try this time putting it into a simple rhythm, okay? Just play 1, 2, 3, 4, change, 2, 3, 4, okay? Just one bar of each chord. Let's try this together really slowly. Are you ready? 1, 2, oh, I'm just using my thumb. You know, don't worry about if you're using a plectrum or your thumb. It's all good because this is what we're focusing on. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4. D, 2, 3, 4. D, G. Let's start that again. That was a bit rough. And actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play 2 bars of each chord because I think maybe at the moment, maybe that change might be really difficult. So maybe if we put 2 bars, it'll make the change. It'll make you feel like you've got enough time to change. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Let's get ready and change. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and get ready for 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want more personalized lessons, then why not check me out on Till? It's a great learning platform. There's more information down below in the description. So we've got this glider with those 2 fingers, G to D. And you know what else is really cool is that this also works for the C major chord too. Now, why don't you give it a try here? Here is a great tune by Neil Sedaka. It's brilliant. It's going to get you practicing G, D and C and get you working on that chord change. Give it a go. Thanks so much for joining me today. Happy strumming. This will be our last song together. Words will only make us cry. This will be our last song together. There's no other way. We can say goodbye.